Good morning. Buenos dias.
Good morning. We can do it.
Yeah. Ladies, happy Women's Wednesday. We are back, Sammy Joe and Lindsay, coming to you from our at home areas, but
In studios.
in home studios. We are so happy and excited to wish everyone a happy new year. And I know that seems a little strange, but Women's Rodeo World Championship goes from April 14th, 2023 to April 14th, 2024. So our new year started. So happy New Year, Sammy Joe.
Happy New Year. Happy W25, as we like to call it. And for those of you joining us today, say hello. We want to know who's with us. Lindsay and I are really excited to break down the announcements we made on Monday. And Sean Gleason, PBR CEO, may be joining us this morning. So if he does, we'll bring him in. But let's just jump right into it, Lindsay. It's a new year. W25 has started, and we've got some big announcements.
We do have big announcements. We at Women's Rodeo World Championship, and now I guess we'll start there. We have a new kind of governing house. But the house isn't any different because the house is the same. We just took one part of the house out of the name. Women's Rodeo Championship is going to be our governing home for Women's Rodeo World Championship. So just think of it as Women's Rodeo Championship is still Lindsay as commissioner, Sammy Joe as director of operations, Caitlin with our marketing and social, and Mackenzie with our classifications. But Women's Rodeo Championship is just our home with a foundation. So the roots have officially been laid. It's been 5 years, and we've kind of just been in this not necessarily limbo, but we were in a little bit of a limbo where the PBR and the WCRA came together and made Women's Rodeo World Championship, but it was just an event for them. And it was just an event for them for the first couple of years. And then they brought Sammy Joe and I on almost 3 years ago. This will be our third year together when we get to May for Women's Rodeo World Championship. So this is just the establishment of our roots that we're here. We're not going to go anywhere. We want to grow. We want to be bigger. And the only way you do that is with roots.
Exactly. Yeah, we're really excited to continue looking at. I think it's important we open the curtain a little bit and let you guys in to know. Lindsay and I have been working out a 5-year business plan. We're talking what the 10 years looks like for Women's Rodeo Championship and the growth of Women's Rodeo World Championship. So I know it's kind of scary when you see change, but one of my favorite quotes is, change is growth. And that is 100% our intention with these announcements, is to continue growing and elevating Women's Rodeo World Championship. And Lindsay said it perfectly. By creating an organizing body, we are now giving ourselves the roots to grow. And we are excited to, it does feel weird because our 2024 event hasn't even happened yet. And I'm telling you guys, for those of you that are coming, we have got some big things, big just awards and events and media, lots of opportunities. We've had a ton of partners come on and are so excited to be there and support you gals. And so things are happening, and we're really excited about it.
And the other thing that we didn't say was congratulations, because 24 nominations have closed officially. So congratulations to all of our pros and challengers who qualified for Women's Rodeo World Championship in the top 20. We salute you. We commend you. It's a year-long race, and it's so awesome to see how the last kind of couple of weeks things start to kind of do like this, and everybody's grinding out for the top 20 spots. So congratulations to all.
Let's talk through that. So remember, the deadline for disputes is today. You need to make sure you go online, check your points, make sure everything looks correct. If you have disputes, you need to send those in immediately to support@wcrarodeo.com. The final leaderboard, the final top 20 will be posted tomorrow. And then team roping pairings begin. And for you team ropers, remember, our team will send out a pro Google link, and that will have all qualified headers and healers. That includes those that were in the top 20 and our qualifier series girls that were outside of the top 20. And then there'll be a challenger link that has those headers and healers. If you're in the top 20, you get the opportunity to pick your partner from that list. You have until Monday to do that. And if you're not sure who you want to rope with, but you know you want to come compete, let our team know that. They'll mark you down that you want to be there. And then after the deadline closes on Monday, our team will go through and pair everyone based on leaderboard rank. And if you're outside of the top 20 and somebody can't come, we'll bring alternates in and pair you based on leaderboard rank at that point. So, and then entries open Tuesday through Thursday next week for everyone. You'll commit your intent to come compete. And then we'll get ready for the Cowgirl Gathering, Lindsay, and the last chance qualifier.
I have a question though. All of the qualifier series winners and the top 20 go into a pool, and you can pick from the qualifier series winner and the top 20 can pick together.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
So everyone that's in that top 20 in qualifier series will be on this Google link that our team will send out on Friday. And yeah, you can pick from anybody on that list. You can't pick from outside of that list. So if you have a gal that you're comfortable with roping with that's outside of the top 20, unfortunately, at this point, you've got to pick from who's on that list. So yeah, but if you have any questions, reach out to our team. They can help walk you through it. And we're definitely here to help you guys. So
yeah, so you brought up the Cowgirl Gathering. The Cowgirl Gathering is our last chance qualifier in the breakaway, the team roping, and the barrel race. And what we have done is establish this side pot last chance qualifier, because with the way that the PBR finals is, they're having all of their first kind of couple of rounds and redemption rounds within Cowtown Coliseum. So there's no time for us to go ahead and have our own last chance qualifier like we did last year. So we built the site because we loved having it. We loved the chance to see Kelsey Domer, I almost said Chase, Kelsey win the 60,000, and win the whole event off of her last chance qualifier nomination and coming in that way. So we built these side pods within the Cowgirl Gathering. Thank you to the Cowgirl Gathering for partnering with us on that, because that was a very big weight off of our shoulders to make sure that we had those chances for the last chance qualifier. But in the team roping, it is a pick one, draw one. So how you will enter that side pot is you'll enter that side pot, and then the pros have their last chance qualifier side pot. The challengers, so 4.5s and lower, will have their last chance qualifier side pot. You'll enter as the header, and you'll enter as the healer, and then we will pair. You won't get to pick. We will pair last chance qualifier header 1, last chance qualifier healer 1, pair. Okay.
correct.
And down the list in the challenger and all of that. So that's how those pairings are going to work for the last chance qualifier in the team roping. So if you're in the top 20 and you're thinking, well, maybe I'll just enter the last chance, I'll forfeit my spot, I'll enter the last chance qualifier with my girl, and then it doesn't quite work out that way, then we're going to have a problem and you're not going to get to rope with her anyway. So I would just take your spot, pick your partner, and go that route, because that would be me as a competitor. That's what I would do.
Yeah, and Lindsay, I do want to just share the advancement scale really quick with everyone. So I'm going to zoom in here. And just to remind you all, there is an advancement scale based on how many enter the pros and how many enter the challenger packages for the last chance. So myself and Caitlin will be on site helping administer all of this for the Cowgirl Gathering. We'll verify how many pros and challengers have entered so that you all know how many advance. But again, 1 through 10, we take 1 spot, 11 through 19, 2, all the way up to 70 or more, we take the 8. So definitely keep in mind those advancement scales. And in the team roping, if it's uneven, say we get 40 headers that enter the women's package, but only 30 heelers, we will take the most amount of teams from whichever side had the most entries. So in the example I gave, 40 headers, we would take 5 teams in from the last chance qualifier. And as Lindsay mentioned, we pair you based on those average results. And then in the breakaway roping, there is a open roping and a challenger roping. And so we'll take the pro positions from the open based on fastest times, and then we'll take the challenger spots from the challenger roping. So make sure that you enter the side pot package for the challenger or for the pro in the breakaway roping, and that's how you advance in from the last chance qualifier. And then the barrel racing, it's an open 5D. So there'll be a pro package and a challenger package within the open 5D, and fastest times from that race advance in from the last chance as well.
And if you have any, if maybe you're like, oh, this is awesome, I didn't really know anything about it, I want to enter the last chance qualifier, and you don't know where your classification is, please call us with any questions, because like we said, we do have a classifications coordinator, Mackenzie, and she is very awesome to work with and will be very helpful. Though she is going to have a cute little baby pretty soon. And we're all very excited for this little darling that's coming into our Women's Rodeo World Championship world. But Sammy Jo, and we have a lot of different people in classifications, and we can help make sure that you're verified before you enter that side pod as well. So, okay.
Let's answer Tamara's question really quick.
I'm sorry, I didn't see it.
No, yeah, Tamara just wanted to know that if a qualifier series winner is inside of the top 20, do we drop down and fill that position? And the answer is no. If you're in the top 20, you take that spot. We do not drop down in the QS. So you'll see what that confirmed list of headers and heelers is on Friday when our team sends out that Google link.
Awesome. Thank you for keep asking them, because we're happy to answer. Okay, so also new for 25, women's 25, and that all came out on Monday, would be our limited classification. And we're very excited for the limited. The limited is going to be another avenue for ladies to have a spot at Women's Rodeo World Championship and within the Women's Rodeo Championship. So the limited is only for the breakaway and the barrel race, because the team roping industry numbers tell us that another classification is extremely challenging. And the cutoff that we have, I think that we wouldn't have very many players within the limited and the team roping. So we went ahead and just had it in the breakaway and the barrel race. So in the barrel racing, to be classified as a limited, there's a couple different little things, and you don't have to be all of them, but there's the numbers that you do kind of have to hit. So you can be over the age of 65, haven't had a pro card in the last 5 years, so no professional rodeo cards, 20,000 or less lifetime earnings according to Equistat, and less than 5,000 annually between the years of 18 and 24. Okay, so that's in the barrel race. In the breakaway roping, the limited classification is over the age of 50, hasn't had a pro card in 5 years, 5,000 or less in lifetime earnings according to our Rolo classification, our Roller database, less than 3,000 annually from 18 through 24, and no, if you have no earnings to verify, you also have about a 2-week gap where you can stay within the challenger or the pro. So, Sammy Jo, what did I miss?
Yeah, you hit it. The format, once you get to women's next year for 2025, the top 10 barrel racers and breakaway ropers from the limited leaderboard receive a complimentary entry into the competition. If you're outside of the top 10, you're required to earn at least 50 points. And then you'll pay a $100 entry fee in the barrel race and $150 in the breakaway. It's a $42,000 added event. And we will also have a world champion race where the world champions will win $1,000. So we're really excited to launch this with our qualifier series events. Cowgirl Gathering will be the first. Future Stars will be following that. Both of those will have side pot packages for the limited and the challenger and the open. And Lindsay and I are really excited about these side pot packages because they offer a discounted nomination. They include a nomination for the open and a nomination for the side pot. And we're paying out a side pot now on site, which is where the WRC ID card has now come into play. I want to just pause really quick before we transition into the ID card. Jessica had asked us if a QS winner got moved from challenger to pro, what happens to that QS spot? Jessica, your QS spot moves to the pro with you. So anybody that may be outside of the top 20 that was a challenger but is now a pro, you still have that qualifier series spot. You'll just compete in the pro competition. So great questions.
So the other thing about the limited classification before we get into the ID cards is that it is its own competition. So not like, right now where the challengers and the pros come together at the end for the 60,000. The limited is its own competition. So really think about, I'm going to use my Aunt Cindy as an example. Aunt Cindy hasn't roped in years, loves breakaway roping, thinks it's cool, got a horse, getting back into it, starting to breakaway rope a little bit. She's, in the later of her years, I'm not going to say her age, and wants to go to a big event in the breakaway roping or in the barrel race and wants to have that rodeo atmosphere, that rodeo life. Like we said, $42,000 will be added to the limited competition alone. So that is their own competition. And when it's over, they're not coming into AT&T with us to compete for the $60,000 at the end of Women's Rodeo World Championship. They're their own competition. They can stay extremely comfortable in where they're at. Maybe we're getting back in the barrel racing and maybe a little bit older, or maybe just starting. Maybe I'm 40 years old and decide I want to do the horse thing and start running barrels and buy me a little horse and go to it and think that I want to be part of this week of women's rodeo in Fort Worth, Texas from May 7th until the 20th pretty much, or 18th. And I want to be there and I want to have part of this competition. That's what we built the limited for. And the limited is for those maybe the ladies who are going to the senior pro rodeos, maybe a 14-year-old girl who's a first horse family and maybe not quite ready to go be a true challenger and compete for that big money, but just really wants to be part of it. That's what the limited is for. So we're very excited about the limited. And with the limited really brought us to this, okay, we need to be able to have kind of an ID system for Women's Rodeo World Championships. And that is where the ID card is coming from for 2025.
Yep. Yeah. So the ID card, as all of you have seen, you are now required to purchase the ID card on Next Gen Rodeo app for $150. And like Lindsay said, it's just kind of that foundation to let this organization and event grow. It also allows us the opportunity to do more of these side pot packages with those discounted nominations. And if you have any, yesterday, a couple gals they had purchased their card and then they weren't able to nominate immediately. Our team did work out why that was happening, and it shouldn't anymore. But if you guys have any issues on, I've purchased my card, but my nomination can't be submitted, be sure to reach out to us right away, because we think that we've got it fixed, but we're happy to help you if not.
Yeah. And the other thing about the ID card is it's just going to open a few more doors. And we do have a couple tricks up our sleeves that we can't really quite discuss yet. But with that, it opens, when we talk about the side packages, we're talking about packages that when you purchase that ID card and you start nominating and you start seeing your points accumulate through the year-long race and vying for that $5,000 bonus at the end of it, just at the Cowgirl Gathering alone. Let's just talk about that one because it's the easiest one to talk about, right? It's the first QS for 25. It's the first major event that we're implementing the ID cards. It's the first major event that we're going to have all of these new kind of things kind of coming into fruition. So At the Cowgirl Gathering, it's a Q what, Sammy Joe?
I believe a Division 2 and a Division 4.
So it's a Division 2 nomination. Just a Division 2 nomination is $150 on its own. A Division 4 is 50.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So that's $50 if you were to nominate those two on their own. The side pot package allows you to have $150 side pot package. So you're saving $50 right off the top of your both of what your nominations would have cost if you would have nominated both of the side pot and the open. So you get an open nomination and you get a nomination for your side pot. You get a chance for a QS spot for 2025. So you're saving $50 right there. And you have a chance, and it's jackpotted. Some of that money is going to nominations, and some of it's going back to jackpot, and you can win money out of that on its own. You can accumulate points in the major race, and you can accumulate points in your side pot race. So all of these side pots that we're building with our Women's Rodeo Championship ID card are really giving you discounted nominations and really helping you accumulate those points and really maximizing what you can get out of those events that you're going to.
Yeah, perfectly said. So if you guys have any questions about that, drop them in the comments or send us a note. Again, we're really excited about the Cowgirl Gathering and what that event offers with the last chance qualifier, as well as those side pot opportunities and nominations. And then that, Lindsay, I mean, any other questions or things we should talk about for the ID card?
No, I mean, I think that we're gonna. I don't know if we posted it yet or not. I think it's going in today. We're gonna show you a video of a screenshot of the step by step on how to get that card purchased. It's really not that challenging. You go on the Next Gen app. If you don't have the Next Gen app, go ahead and download it. It's a great app and it's a great tool to use as an athlete. You can enter a lot of events. You can follow a lot of different things, and then we will be using the Next Gen app, their sister company with us. So they'll help us with any questions. They can make sure we're getting the cards purchased right. Just kind of the management of the ID cards with Next Gen. So we thank them for their support in really building this whole process. But I mean, I think for me, I mean, if anybody has questions, we're obviously there. You can email support at WRWC.rodeo, and we'll be happy to answer any questions. But I want to get into Women's Rodeo World Championship, the event on May the 12th is kind of the kickoff, drum roll, and all of the fun things. So if we want to start talking about a little bit about the schedule, do we have a question? What is that?
Yeah, so Brittany had asked about if you purchase your card within the first month, how do I get that 50% off discount code? Brittany, our team will be sending that directly to you. So those should be going out today. And yeah, be sure to utilize that 50% off code. If you buy your card from now until I believe it's May 15th, you can utilize the 50% off. So
there's
thank
another
you.
discount.
Great question. Yeah.
That's awesome. I should have known that. I didn't know we were getting
Yes.
good coupon. Come on.
No, I'm glad you asked that, Brittany, because yeah, that 50% off is a special that we're running right now. If you purchase your ID card, then you can utilize it. You know, you've got the card, you're ready to start competing for W25, and you get that 50% off for your first nomination. So great question. Yeah, so let's talk the schedule. Lindsay and I are gonna break some rules here for a minute. But I think it's important we start talking about this because we have been working very, very hard to create a red carpet gala on Sunday night. We know it's Mother's Day, so bring your mama with you and get her dressed up. But we want to celebrate every single one of you that have qualified to compete at Women's Rodeo World Championship. When we have all of the details completely final, you'll be receiving a special notice and invitation about this event, where it is, what time. It will be in the evening. So for those of you that may have planned to come first thing Monday, start looking at how you can get there by around 6 o'clock on Sunday night to be a part of this gala with us.
Yeah, get your fancy duds out and come have an amazing gala back number ceremony. Thanks to Cowgirl Magazine, they're going to be there, and they're very supportive of Women's Rodeo Championship and the back number ceremony. And then we have an amazing sponsor coming in to help us with the gala that we can't talk about yet because it's not signed in ink, but yeah, that night of the 12th is going to be just another one of those things to celebrate the Cowgirls and everybody who has qualified, whether through the QS series. And thank you to all of our QS series producers throughout the entire year, because we wouldn't be here if you didn't want to really celebrate these ladies as well. So we want everybody who has put into Women's Rodeo Championship and Women's Rodeo World Championship to be celebrated, and that's that night of the 12th. So we really hope that everybody can come in there that night and have a great time and be ready for some amazing competition on May the 13th.
Yeah, Jessica, your question of do you have to buy the ID card before you can enter and be a part of the Cowgirl Gathering women's package? The answer is yes, because the women's package at Cowgirl Gathering includes a W25 nomination. That is why you do need to go purchase your ID card. It's in NextGen in the memberships portal. Like Lindsay said, we'll have a video here shortly talking about how to purchase those, but be sure to go get your ID card, and then you're set to start entering our side pots, nominating in the VRQ, and competing in W25.
Yep. So May the 13th, we will have our athlete meeting at 11, open arena from 12 to 1, and we will kick off Women's Rodeo World Championship with round number 1 at 2 p.m. So anybody who's coming, invite your family, invite your sisters, cousins, brothers, mothers, best friend, because it is open to the public and it is free. And we want everybody to be there. We want to fill the seats. We want to, as much as we can get as many people in there as possible. That's what we want. We're going to have Kimes came on with us this year. We're going to have a sip and shop event at the Kimes shop from 6 to 8. And then we will have a buckle ceremony again at the Cowboy Channel bar for round 1 winners. And then Tuesday the 14th, go ahead, Sammy Joe.
Yeah, so just on the Cowboy Channel bar, the Cowgirl Channel has come in strong, you guys, with support of the Cowboy Channel behind them. If you haven't, make sure you tune into the Cowboy Channel 7:30 p.m. Eastern time every Thursday from now till the start of the event. Pam Minnick and Haley Novak and Lindsay's made some special appearances, are doing our countdown TNT show. And so watch that. And then I don't know if you didn't see our broadcast schedule announced, we will be on live streamed on Ride Plus on Pluto, on the Cowgirl Channel, in the Cowboy Channel Plus app, and then we'll also be a delayed broadcast on the Cowboy Channel. So lots of things happening.
And CBS Sportsnet.
I mean, just a little network for just our championship round.
Small network that our championship round will be on CBS Sportsnet. So
yes. So if you haven't seen that, go share it. Go tell your friends. They can watch you live as you compete. And again, Cowboy Channel bar doing the buckle ceremonies. Those will also be televised. We're going to blast you all out to the world to know that this is the place for women's rodeo. So Tuesday, May 14th, we start a little earlier. 8 to 9 a.m. is open arena. 10 a.m. is the start of round 2. We do have to confirm that Kimes sip and shop event, but they're literally right across the street. We want to create an event for you all to go over there, shop with them, support their store. So we'll confirm those times and get that as an invite to you guys as well. And then after the completion of that event, which we anticipate it will be around 4 o'clock, will be the buckle ceremony at the Cowboy Channel bar. Wednesday, May 15th is our big day. This is our semifinals day. So after round 1 and 2, we have 15 pros and 15 challengers come to or still compete separately. And so you'll have open arena from 7 to 8 a.m. The semifinals competition will start at 9 a.m. This is the round where we award our world champion $5,000 cash bonuses. This is the round where the National Cowgirl Museum and Hall of Fame will be there to give out the Fast Time Awards. And then we will also have our buckle ceremony at the Cowboy Channel Bar, where the fast time from semifinals, the fastest time, the round winners, and the average winners will receive their buckles. But then, Lindsay, let's talk about the finalist awards.
Absolutely. Like we said, we have strived to make bigger and better, and that is kind of the whole purpose behind Women's Rodeo Championship. And really getting those roots and establishing those roots means that we have made some pretty amazing relationships with some great sponsors throughout the kind of the country. Some cool things coming in for our finalist awards: Minky Couture blankets, American Bonfire. Gosh, my brain just went blank, but we got Classic Equine bringing some awesome stuff in.
Boarding for Breast Cancer, which is a really cool company that's come on board for early detection. They're bringing some beanies for our finalists, some Yeti cups for our champion round competitors. So yeah, we're going to do a finalist award ceremony at Tannehill's at 2:00 that afternoon. So we don't want y'all to leave quickly on Wednesday. We want you to hang around, go to the buckle ceremony at the Cowboy Channel Bar, then make your way down to Tannehill's, bring your family. They'll be open. The bar will be open. There'll be food. And so we're going to bring all of our 48 finalists up on stage to be awarded their finalist bags. And we'll take pictures. We'll do some media stuff. So Tannehill's, 2:00. If you are advancing to the showdown round, which is 48 of you, you'll want to make sure to come. Or if you didn't make it, but you still want to party with us and celebrate your friends that are advancing on, everyone's welcome to be a part of that event.
Absolutely. And it'll be, I mean, just another time to just have some fellowship and get all these ladies together, because it doesn't happen very often that we can kind of all be in one spot. And then if you feel like your kids are there and they want to go to the PBR finals that night, the PBR finals is back in for their redemption rounds at Cowtown Coliseum on Wednesday and Thursday. So that's kind of why everything is pushed up a little bit earlier on those days, is because the PBR finals, they are bucking bulls that night on Wednesday and Thursday nights. So that's another chance for you to get in there and show your kids, kind of just take that whole week off and enjoy it, and enjoy everything that's happening in Fort Worth, Texas that week.
So Wednesday feels huge, but it's not over yet. Then Thursday morning, May 16th, our breakaway ropers and team ropers, the 12 from each, so 24 total, will compete at 10 a.m. in that showdown round. From that competition, we'll then know who the top 3 breakaway ropers and top 6 team ropers are, moving on to AT&T Stadium with the 12 barrel racers from the semifinals. And then Friday we get a little break. It's the Kid Rock and Rodeo. Lindsay doesn't get a break because she's the assistant coach of the free riders, and hopefully some of you will be competing on her team from Corpus. But we do want to do some meet and greets at the women's booth at AT&T Stadium. So if you're advancing and you're in the finals, be prepared to hang around, come to AT&T on Friday. We'll be asking you to do some meet and greets for us. And Jordan Joe Hollabaugh will be there doing some podcast interviews with In the Loop.
She's our official podcast.
So there'll be things happening on Friday. And again, the Kid Rock and Rodeo will be happening. So Friday will be fun. It'll be more of a media day. And then Saturday is the championship round, AT&T Stadium. We also, Lindsay, I think you're going to have to say it because it gives me the chills thinking about it, our get ready party.
So last year, Cedar Creek Cowgirls, an amazing makeup company, came in and gave all of our champions these beautiful, what do they call, palettes of makeup. And so we went back to her, Michelle, this year, and really got excited thinking that we were going to go to AT&T. So with Cedar Creek Cowgirls, we have some makeup artists coming in to glam all of the cowgirls that made it to AT&T Stadium. So our 12 barrel racers, our 3 breakaway ropers, and our 6 team ropers, essentially. So 3 team roping teams to have a get ready party. There'll be some food there, there'll be makeup artists, we'll have some hair there. If you don't want it, you don't have to get it. Trust us, don't worry. It's no harm, no foul. But I'll tell you what, I am excited to have somebody else do this face something, because I don't know what I'm doing and I just slap all this stuff on my face, and I'm so excited to really just, I mean, get pampered. And that was what we were so excited about, this Cedar Creek Cowgirls kind of pamper session for the ladies that make it to AT&T Stadium and get their makeup done, and just, I mean, feel good, look good, do good. That's pretty much the moral of the story, and that's why we're doing it. And I think it'll be a really fun kind of thing to have for the ladies that get to go to AT&T.
Yeah, and just time to be together, be pumped about this opportunity. You guys, AT&T Stadium during the PBR World Finals performance, the stands are going to be booming. We're going to also be sure to let you guys know when Open Arena will be at AT&T Stadium, when we're running the cattle through. We want to set you up for success and make this the best damn female rodeo inside of AT&T
Yep.
Stadium. So we're going to set you up for success, give you everything you need inside that stadium to feel good and compete well. And that performance starts at 7:45. Circle Y Saddles has come on board. We have a saddle now, not only for the all-around champion, but for all 4 event champions. Montana Silversmith is again making the most beautiful buckles for our event champions and our world champions. And we are gonna, what's that?
The go around champions.
Go around, yeah, exactly. I think it's like a total of 80 some buckles that we're awarding that week. So
Yeah.
very grateful for them, and they've got some rings for every single one of you that are competing, and you ladies are about to get spoiled, and we're excited to do that with you.
Yeah, we're very excited, and like we said, the last time that Women's Rodeo World Championship was on CBS, we had 2.1 or 2.4.
I think it was 2.3.
Whatever, in the split the difference. 2 million viewers on CBS television. So the last time that Women's Rodeo World Championship was on CBS, we had 2 million viewers that watched female rodeo athletes compete. I want to do that again, and I'm so excited to be in AT&T Stadium. They're looking at probably close to 35 to 40 plus thousand people in the stadium at the time, because the way that the arena is set up, they have some of it closed off and they are doing construction in there. But I mean, it just kind of does give you the goosies a little bit to think that here you're going to get all of this amazing stuff from our sponsors and partners that are supporting female rodeo athletes. You're going to get your makeup done. You're going to get glammed out, ready to go compete at your best of your ability with amazing stock, AT&T, 40,000 people, CBS. I mean, that's pretty neat.
We're so excited. So lot happening. If you guys, again, I just want to reiterate, we have an amazing team of sales reps and the VRQ team, our WRC staff that are here to help you. So if you have any questions at all about these new announcements, purchasing your ID card, getting your women's package entry in for Cowgirl Gathering, do not hesitate to reach out to us. We'll drop that email and phone number in here again for you. And come, even if you didn't qualify this year, or you don't have a horse legged up to go to the Cowgirl Gathering, come experience it, come watch it, come start figuring out how to get into it next year. And we will welcome everyone to just be a part of this event with us. Our motto this year is Cowgirls Supporting Cowgirls. And I think it really is so fitting, whether it's inside the arena or outside the arena. We have an industry of amazing women that are all contributing in their own special ways, and we want to meet you and celebrate this event with you.
Absolutely. And like we said, cowgirls supporting cowgirls. That's our plan for 2024 through 2025 through eternity. Women's Rodeo Championship is really going to make deep roots and wide wings, and that's kind of what we want to do. So
Yeah, so a couple more questions that have come in. It was asked a couple times, if I'm a team roper and I'm purchasing an ID card, am I also required to buy a global card or buy a ACTRA? The answer is, if you want to be a challenger, we do have to verify that you're a 4.5 or less, and it has to be a current membership. So as we kind of walked through, Danielle, with the purpose of our ID card is to offer these expanded opportunities with the side pot packages and to grow this event more. And so, the ID card with the team roping, yes, you do still have to go and purchase your global card, or, whichever membership you purchase your card through. And that's only if you want to be in the challenger. If you are a pro and you're a 5 or higher, it's not required. It's only if you want to be in that challenger class to verify that you're a 4.5 or less. And then Kelly Snow asked, do you have to buy a card to compete in the finals if not going to Cowgirl Gathering? The answer is, every cowgirl that wants to compete in W25, so next year's 2025 Women's Rodeo World Championship, you must purchase your ID card first before nominating or entering any event you go to. So for this year's 2024, if you're qualified in and you're coming, but you don't go to Cowgirl Gathering, the ID card's not required to be at this year's 2024 Women's Rodeo World Championship. But I say that with also the 2024 women's event is one of the best to nominate and earn points in because of round 1, round 2, the semifinals, the average, the showdown, the championship round, right? One nomination covers all of that for you. So get your $150 ID card, nominate the women's event, and be eligible for all of those rounds of points to qualify to the 2025 women's. And Tamara, that the nomination for women's is a Division I $200. But remember, by purchasing your ID card from now till May 15th, you'll get a 50% off your first nomination, and you can use that 50% off code towards your women's nomination. What other questions do you ladies have? You're helping us educate, and we, again, just really appreciate all of your support. Bear with us through the changes. Change is growth. We really believe this is the right move to continue making Women's Rodeo World Championship the best organization and event out there. And like Lindsay said, we got some tricks up our sleeves. We are working hard for you ladies. We want to do some incredible things. We can't quite say it publicly yet, but I'm telling you, you guys are going to be pumped when you see what all we're working on.
yes, and thank you to everyone who continues to support us and supports us, from new sponsors coming on to old sponsors that stuck with us. But more importantly, thanks to you ladies who believe in the nomination system and believe that this is just another cool way to have a good chance for a lot of money at a beautiful, amazing event. And Women's Rodeo Championship is going to strive to make more opportunities for amazing events and amazing opportunities for ladies in the industry. And that's really all that we're striving to do. We work hard every day, grinding on Zoom calls and meetings and emails, and it's all it's not all for naught. It's all for you, and that's our plan. And so we have to thank you, the Cowgirls, for supporting Women's Rodeo World Championship, and now hopefully you support Women's Rodeo Championship just as much. So don't be scared for the new little name change, and we hope you like our cowgirl, because we put her in there to be any of us. She's a barrel racer, she's a breakaway roper, she's a header, she's a heeler, she's anybody who wants that grit, determination, tenacity, strength, beauty, all of those things. That's who that cowgirl is. So We hope you guys love her as much as we do, and celebrate her, because that's why we're doing what we're doing.
And if anybody looks at that logo and says, "Is that Lindsay?" We've
It's
all
not
thought
me.
it. We've all said it. It was not designed to look identically to Lindsay.
No, Pam. It looked like Pam yesterday, and then somebody else asked me if it was Jackie, and I'm like, see,
Oh, Tamara, she needs a name.
name.
We'll put a ballot vote together
Yeah,
at Women's
we'll
this
name
year.
her. She's she's just a BA cowgirl. That's all she is.
That's
She's
right.
just any of it. She's what's in all of us, is that tough cowgirl who just she's just kind of a BA cowgirl. I don't know what else.
You put your hat on and you can conquer anything and win the Women's Rodeo World Championship and take home that 60,000. So, I think that pretty much wraps it up. What else, Linz?
Um uh Corky asked if we can explain the cow. It's just a side pot. Once you enter, because the Cowgirl Gathering team roping is an enter on site, so you will enter the side pot on site as well. So you'll enter the roping, because I think it's a pick one draw one. So Sammy Joe and I are going to rope together. And then we're both going to have draw partners. I'm a pro header, but Sammy Joe is a challenger healer. She's going to enter the challenger healer side pot for the last chance qualifier. She's going to enter the roping and she's going to enter the side pot. And I'm going to enter the roping and the side pot as a pro header. But even though we're roping together, because it's a pick one, draw one, and we're technically going to be a 9 team, but I'm a pro header and she's a challenger healer. She's going to enter the side pot as herself as a healer, and I'm going to enter it as a header. And so we're not going to be able to rope together in the Women's Rodeo World Championship, but I, as a pro header, will get to rope with pro healer number one. If I win the average, somebody else can win second in the average as a healer, and they entered the healing pro side pot. We'll rope together to go to the Women's Rodeo World Championship. I hope that
so if you go to cowgirlgathering.com, all of their flyers for the team roping, barrel race, breakaway are on there. Lindsay said it perfectly with the team roping. It's enter on site, but you can go into Next Gen Rodeo app and enter the women's package. And so that's the same for the breakaway roping, and then the barrel racing. Those are side pots in Next Gen with those open entries. So make sure you get entered in the Cowgirl Gathering first, then enter the women's package, but buy your ID card first. And then, as we talked about with the last chance qualifier, anybody that's not already qualified to women's, there'll be a pro package for the pros and a challenger package for the challengers, and we'll determine who's advancing based on that scale in the ground rules. So read the ground rules, check out the flyers, and beyond that, if you have any other questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us.
Absolutely. Thanks, Sammy Joe. Happy Women's Wednesday. Hope everybody has an amazing day full of no wind. I'm tired of the wind in Southeast Colorado right now. It's being Mother Nature's being a little temperamental with the in like a lion. It's still a lion right now. There's no lamb yet. So we hope everybody has a beautiful Wednesday. Again, reach out to us if you have any questions. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your tenacity with enjoying this event. And we are so looking forward to going to Fort Worth in May and really just celebrating Women's 24, but Women's 25 is going to be even better.
Thank you, ladies. Have a great Wednesday.